All right, welcome to game 6 of 9 in my analysis series for the games where I was helping my friend get from gray to experienced. I was sitting in seat 2 in this game as a fascist, and my friend, unfortunately, was a liberal, so this was, I think, one of 2 games where we were on opposing teams. This is a fascist win, so I actually won this game, and I'm going to go ahead and go through and figure out if liberals could have won this game. Again, I haven't pre-watched this replay before recording, and also this is unscripted, so I'll just be giving my thoughts as swiftly as possible, and if you have any questions, I will answer them in the comments section. All right, so 1-5 gets a blue. Now, okay, right off the bat, I don't like this play at all. When I'm sitting here as a fascist in seat 2, and I see both my fascists in seats 1 and 5, and they play a red. That puts me in a lot of trouble because I need to get them to play so that fascists will have a chance at winning this game. This also isn't conflict, so I can't work with that. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to assume that my Hitler got 3 reds because there's really not much reason for him to ditch, and he didn't ditch. By the way, as you can see in the replay, he did not ditch. He gave a blue to his fascist in seat 5, and his fascist decided to play red. Now, this has one caveat that I will say is positive for fascists, and that's that it gives info for Hitler. One of the goals in every game that you play, especially as a fascist, is that you need Hitler to figure out who his fascists are. And there are a number of ways to do this. One of the ways is to get him to take him. Another way is to give sort of signals. And this is a very clear signal because a liberal would never click the blue card here. So he knows off the bat that 5 is fascist. And he can decide at that point, I want to conflict 5. Because that gives fascists a little bit more play. I might get picked as a chancellor if we get lucky. At that point, who knows? Because it's red, 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 it's hiding information from his other fascist, which is me. That kind of sucks. So we're going to continue going forward. I don't really like this play. I think that you should play a blue with your Hitler because you need him to be half decent. Also, I'd like to point out anybody who of course, I'm recording these before having uploaded anything. So if anyone has had any questions about 1, 2, 5, 6, this is also a really good situation for us in terms of seating for that, not for the standard meta. Okay, so 2-6 goes down. I then, see, and I make the play. There was another fascist that made a similar play while I was liberal, and I'm probably going to make an IMV that is also fascist. Oh, no, I do, yeah. See, now this is the optimal sort of play, and at least from my point of view. I conflict 6. 6 is a newer player. He's not really going to know how to work around the fact that I'm a fascist conflicting him on the IMV. He's probably not too experienced with this. This does give us another red, and I am 5 liberal. And this is about all you can do as a fascist. This is a meta-looking IMV. It doesn't look overly suspicious. It's still pretty bad for fascists. It is possible, of course, that 6 is fascist doing this and I'm a liberal, but at the end of the day, there's not much reasoning for a fascist to give a liberal IMV if 5 is liberal. So the logical conclusion is that 2-5 is fascist. So this is just my way of getting 5 back in. We have to let a liberal government back in, so they play a blue. It's unfortunate. And then 4 picks 5, and we 9 him, which was kind of interesting. 6, of course, yas because I've in 5, and I'm his conflict, so he has every reason to yaw that. Even though 4 is picked 5, it's better from his point of view that 4 is the president. And then, of course, 5 picks me. We QQ each other, and he plays... Okay, so this is actually really bad. My Hitler has... let me see. I want to go back to my gov real quick. I want to make sure that I got a blue, because I'm pretty sure I did. Let me go back one more. Yeah, see, I got a blue. And that's another reason why I claim it, but even if I get 3 reds there, I'm going to claim a blue and conflict, because I've talked about this in previous videos. I want the deck state to be better for me. So I know that now. I know now, having seen the replay, Hitler has dropped a blue. That's a net -1. And now my fascist has gotten 2 blues and given me 1, hidden that. And so now that's 2 blues now that would be missing. Where if he'd been a little smarter, I might have tried claiming 2 blues, or if he could have just played 2 blues like that, and then he would have looked great, and the deck state would have been fine. Now, deck state is not overly important in this specific instance, because I am a fascist that has taken Imv and also claimed a blue. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to look like a fascist hiding blues because of a low deck state, because I claimed a blue. Instead, I look like a fascist just because I'm in conflict. 6 obviously gets 9'd. 7-3 is going to get Yod. And luckily for us, they play 3 reds. This is probably about as optimal as things could have gone for us. I think if 7 gets a blue there, that we are in some deep trouble, because they can then 9-3. 3 will probably play to 5. And again, it would be 3 blues and 2 reds. 5 would probably have to conflict. They might if 7 plays a blue, the end game is 3 has to play a red, or we're done. If 3-5 then plays a blue, that's 4 blues to 2 reds, and then 5 has to play the 3rd blue and SC a liberal, and that's about as bad a situation as it can be. The only way we come back from that is if we can get the liberal to shoot one of these 2 liberals that has been less useful in the game. 2 liberals, but even there, they've still got only 1 blue left, and there would only be 1 red card. So this is the optimal situation for us. A liberal got 3 reds and then SC the fascist, and it really doesn't matter who he picks. He could probably go for broke here and pick 1, but I'm glad he decided to pick 4. That's a very reasonable pick. 4 probably looks good at this point because there is the net negative of blues on the deck. And I suspect, I suspect that 5 gave me the red because he wanted me to make the decision, right? He wanted to give me the opportunity to play a red. And I just want to say, 1 blue down, 3 reds. That sounds great for fascists, but at that point, 5 is going to do one of 2 things. He's either going to conflict me, and then I'm outed as a fascist, and that's bad. And then he has to SC a liberal, and that liberal will shoot me if they get the opportunity to. And a lot of higher ELO players will take guns as liberal. They will voluntarily play a red to shoot an outed fascist. And the reason for that is that outed fascists are not normally Hitler. So, but, there's always that chance that they are Hitler, and that ends the game right there. And even if they aren't, a fascist is dead. Everyone knows a fascist is dead. And it basically confirms you as liberal, because a fascist would not do that, right? A fascist would take the gun, yes, but then they'd shoot a liberal and top deck it out. And that's just a higher opportunity for win rate for fascists. So, anyway, that's probably what was going through 5's mind. He probably was just thinking, well, I want to see what my other fascist wants to do. I'm going to let him kind of guide us. Because he probably saw me conflict, and then he realized, this is like a guy who's actually going to lead me to victory. But at the end of the day, really, it's not about this game. Even this game here is not really about skill. It's mostly luck. Like, I got only 1 blue when I needed to be able to play a red. My fascist here, he only got 1 blue when he needed to be able to play a red, and that's great for us because the top deck just wins us the game. And from here on out, we have, we all... Wait, who shoots? Why does anybody shoot? Oh, we give 5 2 guns. Okay, it really doesn't matter. Whether we top deck this game out or 5 gets another gun, the game is the same from my point of view. We top decked a blue, that was great for fascists because it probably helps us in the case of getting 5 out, and then that allows us to just elect Hitler here with a majority. None of this is important. The important thing is what wins us the game is 7 getting red, red, red. If 7 doesn't get red, 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 then we are in trouble. Either 5 has to conflict and give 3 to fascist for free, and then he SC's a liberal because 1 is in terrible position. Or he plays the 4th blue, and then he plays to me again, not in Hitler zone. And we have to play the red and then SC a liberal, and they're not likely to shoot 5. They might shoot me, and that's not too bad. They're probably not going to shoot 1. The optimal situation for us in that situation is that they shoot 6 or 4, and then we top deck it out. But again, nothing. And I'm always interested for any sort of discussion that anybody wants to have, but I wouldn't say that this is a victory that is overly attributed to my play, conflicting 6 and then envying my own fascist. It's just the play I have to make once 1-5 is red, red, red. And so that is all. I'll see you guys in the next one.